Hey, what's going on, guys? So today's video is just short and sweet. It's simply 3 tips that I use myself to climb divisions and just give me a better win rate in solo queue overall. So hopefully today you can start using this in your own gameplay and climb as well. So the first tip that I always recommend, guys, is when you get into a game, don't simply go through champion select and not do any research on your own team. You want to copy and paste the entire team. Okay, copy and paste it. Go straight onto OpGG. So I always go straight into OpGG. I'll copy, paste it up into the search bar. Search. And then you can check, look at this. So you can check what all of the players on your team, how their recent games have been going, what their main champions are, divisions, literally everything. You can check every single thing about your team. You come back, then you come back to the lobby and just check. You're like, okay, is this guy? No fear. Where is he? Wait, I'll just put my ban in. Nocturne's ban. I'll probably put a Talon ban in. So look, this bot lane, no fear. Let's have a look. Go onto his profile. Oh, no fear. Where you at? Okay, 2-game loss streak, master tier, decent player, 80 carry main. Wants to play Lucian this game. He has a 61% win rate on Lucian. That's perfect. That is a decent player, and I'm happy for that. For instance, if I had 3 Janna mains and they're trying to off-roll Yasuo, they're trying to off-roll I don't know, Aatrox mid-smite for the first time, just something completely outrageous, just dodge the game, guys. Those games, if you do the maths, you probably have a 5 to 10% chance of actually winning the game. Literally just dodge those type of games and move on. If your team has maybe 1 or 2 off-rolls and they seem to be decent off-roll players, go ahead with the game. But, 3 or 4 off-rolls of people trying to play new champions, they've only played 1 or 2 games of it, or they're on a 10-game loss spree, they're already talking in champion select. Hit that dodge button, guys, and just go next. Just wait for the queue up, take the -3 LP, no MMR. You don't lose any MMR for dodging, guys, and I recommend it to literally every single person that plays the game who wants to actually climb up in divisions. Alright, so the next tip, guys, and I see a lot of low elo people doing this. To be honest, I see this everywhere. Once you get into the game, start the game. People that sit in base until 1:15 and then leave, it's so frustrating, especially for your jungler. Whenever I'm playing the game and actively trying to climb, I'm straight out of base. What am I doing? I'm looking to... Alright, so these people talk a little bit. They're not raging, so I'm not going to mute. But if people keep talking, I will mute them. Just going to go ahead and mute. They talk a lot. It's really distracting. But as I was saying, come out of base, and I always I try and protect the jungle entrance for my jungler. Here, I'll be checking the red. Sometimes, if the Eve was starting blue, the enemy Camille and Singe might start the red and just cheese it out. It's just small things like that that's going to prevent the enemy team from getting cheeses early. And as I make sure they're not invading, I walk through and I sit in the brush right here. And at 120, I place my ward here. Because mid lane wards, not mid lane wards, but wards in general now, guys, they last for longer early on. They last for 1:30. They used to only last I think it was 60 seconds or less. A couple of patches ago, even I can't remember when they made the change, but anyways, I always ward here at 120 now with the scuttle changes. This is just to give you your jungler way more information of where the enemy jungler is pathing towards the scuttle. It's going to prevent a lot of early pathing mistakes for your jungler and just help your team out. And this way I can play towards this side of the river. I know if the enemy jungler is going to be ganking me from the bot side. The last tip for today is pretty much to help you out with the spacing and timings of how you play your games and when you play your games. Over the last 7 years of grinding, I have found 100% that when I'm winning, queuing up straight after a win and just spamming games as when I'm winning is no doubt the best strategy to go with. But on the other hand, when you're losing and you're spamming games, it can be one of the worst things you do for your account. If you've lost a game, please, boys, take a 10 to 15 minute break. Just cool down, untilt yourself, get a clear head. I know a lot of you probably be like, oh, dude, last game didn't affect me. I'm not carrying it over into next game, but I guarantee you, a lot of people have the mindset of they've lost a game, they've lost, you lost 20 LP, you go straight back up, you're like, gotta get that 20 LP back, gotta get back, and you queue up, there might be a 50-50 game, and you're tilted from the last game, and you're like, fuck, this game's unwinnable. You start getting a lot more tilted by small mistakes. If you won 5 games in a row, and you go into the next game, and you've got a 50-50 game, or you're behind by a little bit, you're more inclined to just stay in it, try hard, keep composed, until the end. But if you've lost 5 games in a row, I see this with a lot of people that are on tilt. And also, this can relate to my first tip with checking champion select. If someone's lost like 10 games in a row, I would recommend just cutting them out if they're talking a lot on the champion select. But yeah, if you lose a game, guys, just take a little bit of a break. But if you are winning, spam, spam, spam. Whenever I'm on a win spree, I hate someone interrupting me. I just like to keep playing the game and getting those wins. So that's it for my tips today, guys. I know it may seem very simple. You may be like, oh, I already knew all this type of stuff. But if you did, hopefully you can just start reapplying it to your gameplay. In the grand scheme of things, like these tips really do help over hundreds of games. It's going to increase your win rates a lot. I'm hoping to do like these type of series, you know, every week or two when I discover new tips, or just have things that kind of like, I could maybe help out a couple of viewers climb a couple of divisions. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.